Well, since government launched schemes to benefit SMMEs negatively affected directly or indirectly by the COVID-19 pandemic, they may not be enough as there's many of them. So the banking industry has also extended some relief schemes to extend help to some of these struggling businesses. Some banks are offering online banking where SMME customers in need of help can register their requests for assistance. This will enable the bank to obtain information and present potentially relevant relief solutions. To tell us more about this, we're now joined by Jesse Weinberg, who's the head of SME Customer Segment at FNB. Thanks so much indeed for joining us on the program. Talk us through how this alternative funding linked to South African Future Trust is working and will work. Hello, Jesse, can you hear me? Hello, Jesse, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, right, Jesse, yes, thanks for joining us. I was just asking how this alternative funding linked to the South African Future Trust, how it will work.
In addition to thanks for having me firstly. In addition to the measures that we have announced previously towards the end of March, what we realized was that we were being inundated with a lot of requests from our SMEs to understand if there's any additional funding that could be unlocked. And it was at about the same time when we started having conversations with the South African Future Trust, which is the public benefit organization or the trust which has been established by Nikki and Jonathan Oppenheimer to extend financial assistance to specifically employees of South African SMMEs who are at risk of losing their jobs or would suffer a loss as a result of COVID-19. And so what we've launched is we've launched a partnership with them where they are dividing up the R1 billion donation that was made into this SAF trust, and we are working with them as FNB to specifically help identify SMEs which are in the most need, and specifically the employees are in need. We have launched a online application process which we are calling the SME assessment, and effectively we are asking our SME customers to log on to the FNB app or FNB online and complete the SME assessment under the COVID-19 section. And what this will let us do is actually establish, according to what industry they're in, and which we obviously know which industries are most at risk at the moment. And we are inviting our customers to express their interest so that we can start identifying and receiving those applications and then allocating potential loans on behalf of the SAF Trust to these SMEs.
All right, and how does one measure who should get this kind of funding? And, there's so many people in need, and how you're going to adjudicate who gets help?
Look, it's a very tough situation, and it's obviously a tough question. The guidelines that we've agreed and we've been advised from SAF, which is the trust, there are criteria already which have been put in place together with them. So, for example, the business must be trading for at least the last 2 years. It must have been in good financial health prior to the COVID outbreak, so that would have been prior to the 1st of March 2020. The company must be in good standing with the bank, so it can't be in arrears, or it can't have really been in any form of bad financial standing with the bank. The turnover needs to be less than 25 million rand, and these are the high-level criteria which can also obviously be found on the SAF website. But from then on, essentially it is on a first-come, first-served basis. And the reason why we say this is that there is a limited amount of funds, as everybody's aware, that we can only do our best to assess the applications as they come in. And in fairness, we obviously will apply the criteria that has been agreed to and has been advised to us by SAF. But thereafter, it will essentially be on a timeline basis that we have to allocate the funds according to the first businesses as they come in.
All right, and how much funding do you have available in total?
So at this point, the trust was funded with the R1 billion donation, and this was then split amongst the 4 banks which are so far at this point involved. So that's ourselves, the FNB, Absa, Nedbank, and Standard Bank. What will then happen is that these funds are made on an interest-free loan basis to the SME. And the reason for this is obviously to ensure that there is some element of record keeping and that it obviously is on the books of the trust. But then as funds are repaid back to the trust, these same funds will then be further used for greater good of SME support in South Africa. So they're not going back to the Oppenheimers, it's going to remain in the South African Future Trust. And at this point, the trust has been, let's call it, capitalized with the amount that has been donated of R1 billion.
All right, so Jesse Weinberg, Head of SME Customer Segment at FNB. Thanks so much indeed for joining us on the line, and great initiative there that will bring some relief to a number of small businesses in the country.